Maybe. I don't know. Let's try. Teeth about to be chattering here in a minute. It's cold. Woo! Lordy. Freezing. Okay. Anyway, greetings. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Come on in. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome. Hope you all are doing well. Those of you who are coming in here in love and light, high vibes, positivity. Hope y'all doing all right. This one is going to be brief because I'm going to be getting back in the house and then we'll jump into the rest of what we'll be doing today a little bit later. But I wanted to talk about mental health, bullying, what bullying is really all about. So I'm going to get into some aspects, the hidden things about bullying, okay, which is actually tied to mental health, believe it or not. And just kind of what it leads to. Okay, we'll be talking about it. If I'm inspired, there's a reading I think I will be doing somehow connected to it. For the collective of you that maybe recently went through breakups, divorces, separations, loss. For some of you, death. Okay, individuals that could have passed on, whether it was due to just some kind of physical illness or what we call accidental suicides or fatal accidents and things like that, where the individuals that were a part of it, unfortunately, they're the underlying issues of what got them there. So if I'm guided to, I'll do a reading about that because, excuse me, this could be prevented. And a part of my whole journey is about awareness too. It's not just about being some kind of a tarot reader. It's far beyond that. That's just a very small spectrum of why I'm here on earth. Okay. But a lot of this stuff can be prevented with the awareness, and then individuals who choose to take the knowledge and the information and wisdom and do something with it to change the game so that we don't continue to repeat cycles of dysfunction and toxicity that holds heavy karmic ramification that could cost us, our children, our grandchildren, or whatever's near and dear to us due to our refusal to learn, right? And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping by sharing it, even the readings, because the readings are going to be, if I'm guided, they're going to be connected to those who passed. Okay? Somehow, some way. What was happening with them as a person? Okay? What the behind the scene, the stuff that nobody know, the stuff that no one knew except for those who were truly intimately connected. But this could have been hidden from the world. Okay? And so, but it's with the intention of, they call it precautionary tale. Because if we choose to heal and learn, those of us that are left here, we can change the game if we want to. Or we can continue the toxic cycle and rack up more and more fuckery on ourselves, cause more and more devastation, more and more harm to ourselves, those that are near and dear to us, if we stay stuck in these low frequencies. And it is about mental health. It's at the core. It's at the mental health, the traumas that have taken place, and the refusal to deal with all these things in a higher vibrational, loving way. I may also be guided to do a reading about jealousy and where it can lead people and misunderstanding. So for an example, and I'm going to throw some examples out here. Jesus, it's cold. Believe it or not, I got on layers, yo. Yeah. And I'm still cold. Anyway, I'm going to share an example. Collective, you know how, let's just say you're on a certain path, whatever this is, and let's say you're good at something. Organically, naturally, Let's say it's connected to your soul's journey. Let's say not only is it connected to your soul's journey, but you dedicate it to the development in high vibration. Hear the operative word, in high vibration. Okay? Anything could go to the left if we're in the wrong frequency. So let's say you dedicated to it in high vibration and people saw this, okay? They watched it. Whether this was your friends, family, people you worked with, whatever. They watched this happen. And let's say, depending on whatever the arena is, especially if you're in an arena like my own, they assume, because again, remember, we have frequency here. They assume that by watching what you were doing or whatever this was, that you must have had to tap into something of darkness, right? Their ignorance, their lack of knowledge and understanding, their own low vibration. And then when this happens, when people already have these wounds, these traumas, these issues, this incessant need to win at all costs, this incessant need to prove I'm better than, I can win, I can beat them at being them. I can beat them at being them. I can call up more demons or whatever, because they're assuming that this is what you have to do. For you to have accomplished what you've accomplished, you must be. For this to have happened for you, you must be tapping into doing things and calling weirdy energies bitch. It's not true, but this is what people assume. So unfortunately, we already have the foundation of their own inner child woundings and traumas that are already there, unhealed and dealt with. And everything that has taken place, their imbalances, their mental illness that may be dormanted to the public naked eye. So now you have an individual or groups of individuals that's going to get into an arena doing things that they shouldn't do, because they're assuming that that's what you do. They're assuming that you must do it. You see what I'm saying? Why am I saying all this? Because awareness. Collective, if you started getting attention at some point, and maybe you were not before, maybe you went through years and years and years due to whatever, trauma, people trying to come and get you, whatever the shit was. You could have been in silence for a long time. You could have been like low-key off the globe in a sense, right? Which serves for people that have an issue, you know what I'm saying? And then once this changes, this could have been where all the things about these particular individuals got stirred up even more than what was already there. It started pushing these individuals to do a lot of shit. A lot of unmentionable shit. A lot of shit that they didn't have no full understanding of, or what kind of ramifications would come. Collective, if this is you, then I'm sorry, because you probably had to watch from afar some things, okay? What ends up happening to people who, first and foremost, attempt to come against you over and over again. Due to their own mental illness. Due to their own inner wound traumas. This is why bullies are bullies. When we talk about bullies, you guys, I'm going to get into the layers of bullies and what it's really about. Whether it is going about smear campaigning, talking shit on somebody, lies, half-truths, just to feel good about oneself. Whether it be just downright like a tyrant stomping around the globe, taking shit that ain't yours, threatening people. Where does all that come from? What's at the core of that, right? It's fear, but it's that insecurity, it's the jealousy, it's all these wounds, things that happen to people over time. And if they don't like you personally, collective, especially, because y'all know the story, you know what your situations are. If they don't like you personally, especially if you are a starseed earth angel, which most people usually, you're going to either love them or hate them. Okay? If they're karmics, whether you knew this or not, they were always in competition with you. Always. And as long as they could have kept you in some way, shape, form, or fashion in the loser position, at least as far as they deemed what loser is, if they could keep you there, they didn't feel all that aggravated. But if they couldn't keep you there, then this is why they had to attempt to destroy you. I want to bring awareness to this stuff, collective, because I feel like this is one of the greatest issues of all time that no one is really looking at because of our own conditionings and programmings, and, you know, how easy it is to put up facades in this 3D world. How easy it is. It's easy to do. But then when devastation hits, and it hit hard, it's like a flashlight. It's a flashlight to indicate it's time to look deeper. Hopefully it gets people on the path. I don't care what their belief systems is. It ain't got shit to do with that. But hopefully it gets people on the path of realizing that something must change, and it starts with us. And it starts from the inside. This need to win at all costs is an unhealthy sense of competition. It's unhealthy. That's mental illness. This anger, this attempt to want to control everyone else, it's an issue. There's something else. This attempt to punish people or stagnate people who want to be liberated from us, or who we perceive as getting luck or whatever it is we be thinking. But an attempt to interfere with that this is an indication something's wrong. And all of these decades and years of sweeping this under rugs and turning a blind eye and acting like we don't know, or acting like we don't see it, and acting like all these sorts of shit didn't happen, and then trying to immortalize people because they go and we pretend like we didn't know. The way to change and healing is revealing. And the issue is people want to live behind these veneers because, it's the human nature. No, yes. And this will never change until we deal with it. And I want to say, for a record, for those out there on a collective scale, you know about the energy world, you deal with the energy world or whatever, do yourself a solid. Don't play with fucking with other people's lives. And this is out of love. This statement that I'm making, believe it or not, because I understand what comes. I know what happens. Do yourself a solid. Don't play with it. In 2022, listen, even as it pertains to yourself, See, energy or manifestations and being like dealing with energy from that perspective in a higher vibration, first and foremost, it's going to always be, hear this good, it's going to be in honor and balance. There will not be no violation to anything and anyone, and it's always geared towards ascension, because if you are aligning and healing, you don't have to break law. You don't have to bring hurt and harm to someone else. You don't have to sacrifice someone, okay, or something in a negative sense when you're doing it in alignment with soul ascension, natural alchemy. This is why I'm saying, though, you know, it's popular, I'm trying to put this out there. Don't do it. Hey, don't do it. There's nothing on this earth or even beyond earth that's worth some of the fine red print consequence if there's been some kind of foul play. None of us need to win that damn bad. So though it may get, there's a thrill or a high, count up the cost. Don't play with that, and don't play with people who play with that. Because you're attached to it. You see what I'm trying to say? That's why they teach about minding your associations. You're attached to it. Don't play with people who you, if you're aware. Now, when you don't know, your guidance team will be helping you to navigate through shit so you can whoop, right? But your awareness of something is to help you make the proper decision. And when we're hurt and when we're angry, I certainly want to highly recommend this as well, because see, this is all back to the mental illness and the traumas. Don't play with something that you're not able to count up the cost of how it's going to affect you in your life and your children. You're hurt, you're angry and mad. We need to learn how to deal with those issues properly. You mad? We need to learn how to go somewhere and deal with that in a healthy sense, so we're not racking up something that's going to hurt our ass, okay? Worse yet, if we, for those of us that got children or grandchildren or, you know, husbands, wives, or people we take care of, it's like, they're affected people. And this is what bothers me. This is why I be banging the table and shit, bitch, behind the scene, bitch. Because no one seemed to care about how their behavior and conduct is going to be tied to their fucking children. Nobody seemed to care. Blaming everyone else except for what needs to be blamed. I understand loss and pain. Y'all hear me say this all the time. I'm certainly not implying I've done everything perfect. Sure enough, okay? But hear me and hear me good. I was laughing with my team a little bit earlier today, which is kind of my little personality. But I was like, fuck that. I said, ain't nothing that damn important on this earth, bitch. I sure did. That's what I said. I chose, yes, the fuck. I said, there is nothing here that's going to cause me to want to sit back and call up some weird shit. Be like, ooh, let's call up the special weird energy, bitch, of to kill people. I don't know. Like, there's nothing in me. There's nothing in me, and there's nothing worth it. Nothing. I don't want shit that damn bad. I don't need destruction to happen to other lives so that I can feel like I'm a winner in life. I'd rather not go down that path. I also know ramification. I know about karmic ramification. If I go down these paths, I know about how it'll be tied to my son. I understand that though I may be thinking in a given moment I'm getting away with something, nobody gets the fuck away. It's only for a season. It's only for a moment. But see, that's the trick. That's the trap. This is what keeps people doing it, because there's a trick to it to make it feel like there's no consequence. But it do be, and it come at the most inopportune times. In the most inopportune ways. A scripture that a lot of people refer to, but I feel like over time that misses everybody truly. It's just something that we have learned to regurgitate. They err due to lack of knowledge. This is about energy. This is about understanding. This is about wisdom. This is about practicality. This is about belief systems. Lack of understanding about the energy world. What? They err due to what? Lack of knowledge. Understanding of the laws of the universe, cause and effect. Understanding about mental health properly. I'm not talking about just going to a school, bitch, getting a degree, bitch. You know how many people got degrees and still got mental problems? So I'm not talking about that. Do you guys understand how many people like basically faked their way through schools and tests and so forth? Like, we kind of got to get over some of this shit. Trauma, even that, trauma, lack of knowledge about trauma, true understanding about it for real. Okay? And its effects on you as a person or a person, their body, their physicality, their mind. True understanding, wisdom, trauma bonding, lack of knowledge, trauma bonding, abuse and its various forms, lack of understanding about abuse and its various forms and how it affects someone. Where addictions come in. Then when you want to top it off, let's tap it off. You know, it was already there. Now let's tap it off with some weird shit, bitch. Let's tap it off with playing with things that we assume everyone else must be playing with. Oh, if she is doing this, this, and this, and she's successful, or if she does tarot, that must mean she or he plays with devils, or they call up this. So see all these assumptions. It's the same way if we go on the religious side, if we go on the traditional side, we assume a lot over there too. Well, because they're a pastor and, you know, woo-de-woo, and they, you know, they go to church 1, 2, 3, and they're a teacher, and woo, they must, no. Assuming it's got a whole lot of people and some stuckness as I speak. Assuming. Whether it was assuming negative on someone that was actually not, or vice versa. Especially when it gets to the point where, okay, now you're tapping into some crazy shit. Now, boom, bitch. Okay, you finna call up shit, bitch. Now you finna try to make, you know, let's manifest. Let's bend the world of energy. Okay, now simultaneously, let's bind up they shit, bitch. Let's do some rituals to make them boom, bitch, so that we can look like we're the winner. And like, do you hear? Do you hear? Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds? And though people may not be saying it, that's their operation. That be what they operating in. And why though? Y'all may say why. It's the trauma. It's the inner child wounds. It's the insecurity. It's all that has been built up over time. Stuff that they played with, their environments. And God forbid if they was in the land of the walking dead. Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Las Vegas, Nevada. Where toxicity is put on a pedestal. Shit. Where toxicity is praised and worshipped, bitch. The land of let's chase money and lust at all costs. Easily and readily available. That's why I used to make the joke when I was there, and I would run into certain people over time, and I would have certain conversations that would come up. And I would say, yeah, this is certainly not the place you raise a family. This is my personal residence. This is not the place. It's not. It may have little cool, quaint neighborhoods here and there, but the culture at large is certainly not a place you really want to raise a good old wholesome. If that's what you thinking is finna happen, bitch, it ain't finna happen, bitch. What you finna do, bitch, is finna to be exposed and culturalized into the fuckery. And if somebody ain't waking up, healing, and ascending properly, they're going to get caught up in it. Period. You're going to get pulled one way or the other. So I don't recommend it. That's my personal resonance. I really don't. Go there to have some fun and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Real toxic foundation it's built on. Very toxic. Some weirdy shit. And you feel it as soon as you hit it. This is the funny thing about it. People who are sensitive to the energy world, they feel it. They feel it soon. As soon, bitch. Soon as they cross, they be like, yeah, this energy done changed, bitch. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling y'all, you feel it. My son felt it. You feel it. Ugly. It's very ugly. Very cutthroat, gruesome. Hell, I don't even know. Shit. Keeping on the one hand. Shit. I think majority of the motherfuckers ain't what you think they are anyway out there. But I digress. We're going to have a further discussion, and if I'm guided, I'm going to do the reading, but I'm waiting to see if I should. I did a personal reading, which has led me to being inspired, okay, to maybe do it on a collective scale. I was like, dang. But see, what do you do? All folks like myself can do is continue just to try to live, heal, and, you know, bring awareness and share. And then it's up to every prospective individual out there to take it and run with it and, you know, apply it. Somebody says, you're right. They're not. They're not. Right? I'm sorry. I didn't even see your comment there. So freezing. My hands are like ice. But somebody was agreeing with me about what I said. I knew it. You know how you be knowing shit? You got that settle. You're like, bitch. And then you start running into, like, you just start seeing shit like, like these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, okay. See, when you not caught up in the lights, you're able to see beyond it. When you're not caught up in the flashy, then you're able to catch the core, the real energy. I'm good on that. I knew I was always planning my escape route out of fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. I was always. They wanted me stuck there. Yeah, I was like, yeah, think again, motherfuckers. Bye, bitches. Right? I was like, nah, motherfuckers. I knew what that was a fucking trap. Somebody says, it just feels gross all over. Yeah, it is. To me, it's gross. Like, I mean, yeah. It's like, it's a lot of energy of fake woke, and it's just a lot. Like, I'm like, okay, bitch, boom, bitch. Ooh, one day I may tell y'all the reason why it's a trip or a difficult like time to kind of go out of the matrix or trying to figure shit out is because, see, the matrix, if you will, 3D programming has 3D versions of spiritual awakening. Does that make sense? What do I mean by that? Just like the program version of Yeshua, there's a program version of everything that's based on distortion, fear, ego, greed, monopoly, all of those things. So it kind of like trips people up a bit. Because it's like woke, you're really authentically and organically going through ascension. You're not just learning a lot of skills and certificates and sayings and plaques and, it's you transforming, healing, and ascending. And this is your life, not just the business you operate from 9 to 5. Because, see, when it's ascension, you're not going to get caught up in the fuckery aspect of it. That's all I'm trying to say. When it's to do with true awakening and ascension, you don't get caught up in the fuckery part. In other words, you ain't finna sell your soul for $1. You're not about to violate another life just for them to give you 500. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going there when you are on an ascension path. You're not using your craft, your talent, your skill, or whatever this is you do to exploit the masses. That's a 3D program in itself. So if that's what you're doing, then you ain't really woke. You #fake woke. If you're trying to sabotage people, you're setting up people, bitch, stealing from people, bitch, then you might, you know what I'm saying? You might as well hang it up. Hang it up. Because it sure ain't woke. Anyway, it's getting dark. Let me go inside here. I hope y'all are hanging in there, high vibers. I know it's a lot. We're at the tail end of this year, and I already know a lot has happened. For some of you, if you're concerned about all these tricks and illusions and cloaks and all this shit people are doing, all you have to do is set intentions. Your team is going to continue to expose when people got another trick up their ass. In other words, you know what I'm trying to say? You don't got to worry about it. They did that to me. I told my team today, I said, I tell you what, this is how this is going to go, light team. Y'all already know where I'm at. I'm going to continue as I have until I see what I want to see. So people can try all they want. It's only going to hurt them. They can try all their games they want. Tricks. It's like silly rabbits. Tricks are for kids. My light team know what they did. And if they continue, it's only going to hurt them further. I'm going to proceed as I have been until I receive and see what I want to see. I don't care what I may know or what I receive in a reading, a download. I don't care. I'll take it and I'll sit with it and I'll process. Wonderful. Until I receive what I want to receive, until I see what I want to see, then I'm going to continue to proceed as I have. Justice will be served. And you all should take on that attitude too. But hopefully us sharing this information brings knowledge to and awareness to those who need to know or learn so that they don't fuck up their lives too, like some of these other people. Because it don't have to be like that. Stuff don't have to get to ridiculous level That's ego and refusal to learn. There's nothing that important. If anything y'all remember from this live, remember this. There's nothing and nobody that goddamn important for you to cause yourself to possibly ruin your life due to karmic retribution, and that matters to you that's left on this earth. There is nothing. And if we've been operating like that, we need to, that should be our red indication that we need to go deal with something in our soul. Because we win as we align to our soul's journey and destiny. That's it. I did a poem about that almost a year ago. How have you won if you can't live with what you've done? Your truth is your win. Not trying to get back at them. See, a lot of people spend the rest of their lives calling themselves doing that to their own demise. How do we get to the truth? It's the soul journey. It's time for us to wake up, yo.